Hey there, Stardust. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're in Lawrenceville, Georgia at Free Comic Book Day. And besides showing you this amazing event, we're actually going to talk a little bit about why local conventions and community events and small gatherings are so important to the geek culture community. So, join me and my friend Jay as we figure out what makes these events so special. First, I want to preface that this is not to diminish the large cons that we have here in Atlanta and all across the nation. I just want to showcase what small events can do and to let people know that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get a con experience right in your backyard or continue enjoying in that feeling of community after the con season is over and in between when you need to get your fix. So let's keep going. We have a very special guest. Will you introduce yourself?
So I am A Cosplay. Here is one of my builds. You can see my handle right here. And then today I'm cosplaying as Mau Mau from Apothecary Diaries.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your involvement here today at Free Comic Book Day.
All right, so today I have been judging the cosplay contest with my wonderful fellow judges.
What would you say is important for people to know about local community events or small kind of geek culture gatherings and why they're so important to our community?
So I know when I first got into it, I was very scared to get into this community because I was just kind of like, I was younger, I was like, I didn't know anything about it. I think it's important to let people be very welcoming and like open to bring people into this community and kind of just make friends along the way and just, I don't know, be welcoming, be friendly, something like that. And I think it's very important and special that they have an event like this to introduce people to like this culture and everything.
That's amazing. I 100% agree. You want to tell us a little about your outfit here?
Okay, so this was, I think, my second or third time sewing, and I was mainly a phone girly until I got into this. And I was like, I really want to make it sparkly because I wanted a costume to go on stage for contest in, and I wanted the rhinestones and everything. I wanted frills. Actually, has a petticoat that goes under here to make it more frilly and poofy, but this was my little con crunch build because I got into Oshinoko and I was like, I have to make it now. I watched the first episode. I was like, I have to make her outfit.
Momo Con Crunch, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I haven't started. That's the best part.
Unfortunately, I finished in a few days.
Oh my gosh,
literally just now, and will be there at MomoCon again. So you know how that Con Crunch goes.
That's what this is going to be, my Momo costume. I'm like, I got it done for today.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today. If we see you around, hopefully again at another convention, maybe we'll get to see A Cosplay again.
Oh my gosh.
Can you give us your cosplay handle real fast so people can find you?
A Cosplay or A.Cosplay on everything. And I mean, you can find me. It's easy. You can find the makeup. It's okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Of course.
Thank you.
The world's youngest cosplayer.
Oh my goodness. Hi, sweetie.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi everyone, we're back again, and this time I want to get a different perspective on why cons and local community events are so important. So, will you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your artwork?
Of course. Name's Andrew Williams, but I go by Taicho Kun on most social media platforms. My artwork's mostly anime inspired style-wise, the 1990s, 2000s kind of styles. But aside from that though, nice clean lines, cell shading, and mostly waifus, but yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, we love it. I have a couple of art prints of yours, and they hang in my closet. He's the only one I know that puts some of my girlies in artwork, so I appreciate it.
I did my best. I did my best.
All right, will you tell me a little bit from your perspective as a vendor and also someone who's involved in other community events year-round, why small events like this, which I guess really isn't that small anymore, but comparatively to either MomoCon or AWA, some of our large national cons, why these things are so important.
From the artist side, it's important that we as creatives know that we have a door, be it a small door or a big door. These smaller events give us that opportunity to really test the waters to that little point of being like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do it? Do I want to dive into it or do I not? These smaller events like this really kind of give us a viewpoint of being like, am I prepared for this? Do I want to do this? Am I, capable of doing this? And more often than not, it really sets a tone for like, wow, this was fun, this was great. I didn't realize it would be this great. It does a really, really powerful job of building self-esteem for artists and helping them grow, as well as also just showing the community itself that, hey, these are local people being creative. I can do that too, or hey, I didn't know this kind of talent was here. I want to support that. So then they come out, they support, and it's just this big circle of just put your hands in the pot and grab what you can. It's just awesome. So when it comes to just small events, they're almost as important as big events, just because that's where it starts. Momo started as a small little thing. This started as a small little thing. They're just as important as big ones. So definitely a much needed thing in the community.
Have you seen a lot of people consistently? Do you see a lot of people at the same events? Do you see have you created like a community of like continuer buyers? Like have you created like I don't even know what to call it. I'm not a vendor.
Just returning customers,
yeah.
Really, yeah. I have a good little following. People recognize me. I see a lot of faces and I recognize them. Sadly, they remember my name and I don't, but I'm bad with names, so don't follow me on that. But you actually get a good little following, and it's just, again, self-esteem building, because you assume that, after that initial purchase, all right, I'll never see you again. But then next year at the same event, oh my God, you're here. Yeah, I have your stuff. It's on my wall. And then they tell you, you hung my stuff up. You used my stuff. Like it's only beneficial for the artist. So yeah, definitely seeing some of the same faces again on the other side and on this side. I know there's some faces right here that I recognize. So you're back again. But other than that, though, yeah, definitely, it's heartwarming. Makes you feel good seeing those faces come up.
Awesome. Well, I love to hear it. That's what it's all about, right?
Indeed,
creating community. And so, thank you for being a part of the community.
I appreciate it.
And I'm so glad that we are connected to each other and follow each other.
Oh, yes.
So, once again, will you plug your Instagram for me?
Yes, Taichokun at TAICHOUKUN on Instagram and Blue Sky. Follow me, please. I also have a car one, but don't worry about that right now.
Well, you can follow the rest of them.
Yes. I have a link tree on there. So if you are interested in my car, you're more than welcome to follow the link tree. But the art is where my heart is, so do that.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you.
Anytime, thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't think that just says movie.
Oh my God, this is so cute.
They have a pom-pom Corinne one.
Cute.
Very cute.
Oh, those are so cute. Okay, so I can hear what you're thinking. All right, Mari, community events are great and all, but I don't have anything going on in my community. Where do I go to find these things? Nothing happens in my hometown. Well, to that I say, you're wrong. Straight up, wrong. I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. So, here are some tips on how to find everything going on in your local community. First, check your local libraries. They're more active than you think. Also, follow your local cities and municipalities. They may have different events going on throughout the year that you would actually be interested in going to. And number 3, always check your Facebook groups, meetup.com groups, because I can guarantee if you put your hometown plus nerdy meetup or your hometown plus cosplay event, something will definitely come up. And if all else fails and you can't find anything in your community, well, that's a great opportunity for you to step up and do it yourself. Because who better to create a community that you want to feel welcome in than you? So grab a pen and a piece of paper, grab some of your friends, figure out what kind of event you all want to throw, and then if you don't know where to host it, look at your local businesses. So I don't want to hear that you don't know what's going on, because I can guarantee you there's something fun for you and all your friends to keep the con community going all year round.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, Jade, it's towards the end of the day. What was your favorite part?
Oh geez, I'm not sure. It's been such a fun day.
It has.
I would have to say my favorite part was hosting my wig workshop. It was really early this morning, and I'm so glad it didn't rain. But I had a lot of fun. I had quite a few people that showed up, and we had a lot of fun learning, and they learned some things, and they got some things to take home, some goodies for later. And also I'm hoping that they reach out to me for any of their other questions.
See, and that brings me to a really great point, is at small cons and conventions like this, is you get to meet people with expertise.
Very true.
And can follow them on social, make small connections and meaningful connections with people. Networking, and actually like learn that there are resources out there for you.
Of course.
I mean, what are things that you noticed here that when we go to like MomoCon and DragonCon, AWA, that we don't really see?
Definitely
here?
more one-on-one connection time with cosplayers. It's a little slower pace, so you have more time to stop people. They're not in much of a rush. Normally you can stop cosplayers that you think look cool and you can talk to them about their costumes, and most of the time they're not in a rush to go do something at smaller conventions like this. So you can actually kind of make that connection and talk to those people and meet them more in depth than at bigger cons where, you know, a bigger cosplayer might be rushing from one show to another show, and you might not be able to meet cosplay guests as much or in depth because they're just so busy. They have their whole schedules booked, but with conventions like this, you can actually meet them one-on-one. You can go up to their tables, you can say hi to them, you can catch them in the hallway, and they're all so kind and they're so helpful. So it's really nice to foster those connections on a smaller pace. Much easier to consume, especially if you're a beginner cosplayer.
Yes. That all to be said, you can make really good connections and really great time. So if you liked this video and enjoyed what you saw today, remember to like and comment down below and follow us and subscribe for more content. Bye. We'll see you next time.